He walked out without a word, and I let him. The night had started like any other, uneventful and quiet. I stood in the kitchen, stirring a pot of stew, the scent of thyme and garlic drifting through the air. The television hummed in the background, blending with the soft rattle of spoons and pans. Across the room, Adam lounged on the couch, scrolling through his phone, occasionally pausing to read something aloud or chuckle at some trivial post. To anyone else, it might have looked like an ordinary evening, warm, familiar, maybe even peaceful. But beneath that stillness, something inside me had been slowly breaking down. Not all at once, but over months, maybe years. I had imagined this moment countless times, while folding laundry, lying awake at night, or watching him across the breakfast table. I had crafted the words in my mind, rehearsed them until I thought I'd sound strong, certain, whole. But when the time came, they didn't spill out with grace. They fell heavy and raw. "Hey," Adam said casually, still looking at his phone. "Want to watch a movie after dinner?" Just a simple question. Harmless. The kind of thing couples say without thinking. I turned off the stove, let the burner fade to silence, wiped my hands on a towel, and crossed the room. I sat on the edge of the couch, not too close, but close enough to meet his eyes. My chest was tight, my pulse racing, yet my voice came out steady, almost cold. "You haven't asked me how I feel in over a year." The words sank into the quiet, cutting through the hum of the TV. Adam blinked, as if I'd spoken a foreign language. He gave a faint, uncertain smile, like he wanted to brush it off to make it small. But I didn't smile back. I held his gaze, and for the first time in a long while, I let him see me. The smile slipped from his face. He set his phone aside and leaned forward, searching for meaning in what I'd said. I didn't explain. I didn't need to. That single sentence carried every silent night I cried beside him, every time I reached for him and felt nothing in return, every moment I became invisible in my own home. I had loved him once, fully and fiercely, but that love hadn't been destroyed by betrayal or cruelty. It had faded under neglect. "Why didn't you tell me sooner?" His voice was low, almost fragile. Not defensive, just tired, confused, afraid. "I did," I whispered. "You just never heard me." I rose and went back to the kitchen. Not in anger, not in some grand dramatic gesture. There were no tears, no slammed doors, no shouting, just a silence so deep it felt louder than any fight. Behind me, I heard the couch creak as he stood. For a moment I thought he'd speak or reach for me. But instead he took his keys from the hook by the door, and without looking back, he stepped outside. The soft click of the door closing was final. I waited, not knowing if he'd return in 5 minutes or 5 hours. But the door stayed shut, and the silence remained. He didn't come back that night. Or the next. Later I sat at the table alone, the stew untouched and cold. The house felt larger, emptier, yet strangely I wasn't afraid. The quiet felt different now, not hollow but mine. In the days that followed, there were no calls, no messages, no questions. Just absence. And what hurt most wasn't that he left. It was that he didn't try to stay. He didn't fight for us. He didn't ask, not even when it was too late. Sometimes love doesn't end with an explosion. Sometimes it slips away so slowly, so quietly, that by the time you notice, all that remains is silence. He didn't slam the door. He didn't shout. He didn't cry. He simply walked away. And I let him.